So everyone, this is Sam, third shift millionaire. How you doing? Don't mind my voice. That's my morning voice. I woke up right, and I've been thinking about something. I woke up kind of like in a mood, and I had a dream. I spoke to God about where I'm at right now in my life, and I had some concerns on my mind, right? So then I decided to just lay down. As I was laying down, and other thoughts ran through my mind. And this thought was running through my mind at the time, and I figured, let me just grab the recorder and record it because I've noticed some changes, not just in my life, but in society as a whole. I know this like eBay. It's not just, this channel is just not about eBay, it's about personal growth. That's why I named it Third Shift Millionaire. But anyways, let me stick to this topic before it runs through, because I remember someone said to write things down sooner, better. Write them down on paper, better than try to hold it in your memory. Or short pencil is better than long-term memory, someone once said. But anyways, I was thinking how things have changed, how um, basically a lot has changed. Let me show you what I mean. Because as I was laying down, I was thinking about this, how um, the human potential, because I listen to a lot of things, and I was thinking about how the gig economy has changed a lot, and not just the gig economy. YouTube has changed a lot. Um, Hold on, I'm gonna show you what I mean. All right, so I'm still in bed right now, and I went to grab my whiteboard. Basically, this is what I've noticed as I was thinking by the grace of God, right? Um, so I've noticed that how there's let me see if I could do this right. There's NBC. I'm gonna try to do it. I'm trying to do it through the camera, but I'm gonna write it. There's NBC. There's ABC. There's CBS, and there's HBO and stuff like that, right? Oh yeah, I know you'd probably try to read what I have up here. I'll explain this by the grace of God. It's pretty simple. Anyways, I want to stick with the point. I have ADD sometimes, trust me. So there's NBC, ABC. So that was an umbrella, right? Let's just say these are umbrella channels that we always watch. Me, I'm like in my 40s. This is what we have before YouTube. This is before YouTube. We had, of course, community network television, where only a few people could do, right? But in the past and still current, we have these channels, and these are the umbrellas that everybody operated on. What I mean by that is they were sending us programs. Each of them had their own sets of program. Even like MTV, all those big cable shows, cable channels and stuff. So they had all their the big networks. That's what they were sending us. They were sending us all these programs, sitcoms, movies, entertainment, right? And when we had this is us, right? Let's give us this. Hold up, I'm trying to draw a person. This is raw, so I'm not. So just all right. So this is us, and this is what we had, and basically, you know, we were basically receiving programs from them, right? Because we were receiving programs from them, we were getting whatever they could give us. You know what I mean? The entertainment, the value they wanted to add to us. Sometimes executives and stuff like that, all the sitcoms, big names, everybody, there's nothing wrong with it because we grew up on those things by the grace of God, right? But as I was laying in bed, I'm thinking, you know what? What happens when they have a bottleneck? Like, how sometimes um, the status quo becomes the status quo. It becomes stagnant. It becomes to the point where it's always the same thing over and over, or they try to copy each other. What's popular, all this and that, and it becomes like a stagnation of human potential. So I was thinking about that. I'm like, wow. So this is what we were getting. We were getting a stagnation of human potential because of what we were receiving, from commercials, from all this. But then the whole plane changed. The whole thing changed because of YouTube. So because of YouTube, everything changed. Now, I don't know the whole history of YouTube. You could do your Google research. Like I'm not gonna do a history lesson here. This is what I woke up thinking. So now the game has tremendously changed, right? This is what I mean. So we were getting fed from them, but now it seems to have changed the playing because when YouTube came into the picture, instead of everyone, well, not everyone, most people receiving stuff, being consumers, we in turn became producers. We started to produce our own content, and that gives us more power. It's like we eliminated or did away with the stagnation of human potential. Like you could go on YouTube, you could find almost anything on YouTube by human potential. What I mean by human potential, I mean even like cooking, people doing like skateboarding tricks and stuff like that. Things that you basically had to get a show or contract, or or probably it wouldn't be watchable, right? But YouTube has changed all that, where everybody could actually do something. So as I was thinking about this, and something else popped in my mind about finance, because this channel is mostly about income streams and stuff in finance, and I'm thinking about YouTube, and I'm thinking about the gig economy, right? How everything has changed about the gig, let's say just the gig eco for short. The gig economy has changed everything. And if you don't know what the gig economy is, it's like Uber, it's like Amazon Turk, eBay, everything has changed. Like I said, this wasn't around when I was in my 20s. When I was in my 20s, like some of y'all who's watching this, you are so blessed to be in your 20s and have the internet and you have YouTube. Because it's not just YouTube, you have the internet, period. We didn't have that growing up. You have everything at the fingertip. Was it my fingertip? My fingertip. So you have everything at your fingertip. So as I was thinking about this, I'm like, wow, a lot has changed because we become the producers. We dictate the outcome of our life, even for entrepreneurs. And there's no ceiling. There's no stagnation of human potential because we could break through the ceiling. We could break through the plateaus. We could see another YouTuber doing something, well, not another YouTuber, but another human being, where it's not just the executive at a big corporate company that put like a a cap, so to speak. When they put like this cap, this is how far you could reach. That basically it it taps out it taps out human potential. Let's say HP. It taps out human potential with the executives and stuff like that because we all know how corporate can be businesses. Once they reach a certain level, the human potential seem to not grow any further. It's like they reach the glass ceiling. But you know what they say, it's kind of funny that they call it the glass ceiling. The glass ceiling should be broken. That's why it's glass. I'm just saying. So all this has gone right, and then the point I'm rambling here. So and I'm making sense to some degree, I believe, right? So now you have entrepreneurs making income, right? So now you don't have to have basically have an income coming from one source of of a job. Because when that job is just coming from, when that income is coming from one job, basically you're kind of stuck with one linear life. But the gig economy and being an entrepreneur opens up doors. So it can be chaotic at times. Don't get me wrong, it can be chaotic at times because it's a roller coaster. But what I've discovered, and I was thinking about this, I'm thinking about this person, right? I'm thinking about an example would be someone who can cook like a recipe. Like let's go back to the um FD. Let's say that's the Food Network. Hope I don't get in trouble with them anyways. Let's say that's the Food Network. And this person is watching the Food Network, right? And the Food Network is giving them ideas and cook. And this person is let's say they're a top chef, right? And they work at a restaurant and whatnot, right? But something within them snaps or get inspired and they realize, you know what? I may never be able to get on the Food Network and share my knowledge and wisdom or my recipes. So what they do is stick figures. Let's put a smile on his face. So what they do is they start to broadcast their own recipes on YouTube. Now what that does is give them recognition, and let's say they do ads and stuff like that, and they start to get paid. Oh, they start to get paid, right? It's common nowadays in YouTube. They start to get paid, they monetize it. Now, the next step is this is the thought I really had this morning, and I'm kind of bringing it full circle. So now, here they are in a different place in life. They no longer need a job or they have a job, but the point is there are some of us and some entrepreneurs who are able to do this. Like when they have a job and stuff like that, because they're making income from different streams because of the gig economy. Now they have all these income streams coming in, whereas in the past it used to be one income stream coming towards them. Now because they're productive from different avenues, they have so many income streams. They could basically drop on the drop of a hat, say, okay, I've made enough for this month. Let's say for this month, I've made enough for this month. And then this month covers next month. And within a month, all this could happen, right? And they could, in a drop of a hat, take their kids out of school and say, let's just go travel somewhere for the week. Or they could do this and just vacation. Whereas in the past, you had to wait and plan your vacation for like a week or two. But the gig economy has changed everything. That's what I've noticed. That's the whole point of this video. I know some of you are familiar with this anyways, but the gig economy has changed. But the gig economy has changed everything. And then add YouTube to that as a gig economy has changed a lot of things too. Just like the guy who, or the girl who cooks, or the person who's sharing information, they have different streams of income. Okay, let's use the person with the chef example, for example. They're this person, right? Now, they have a YouTube channel, and basically, they're sending out information about their recipes, right? They keep sending out their recipes, and people, because of the ads, they get paid for it, right? They get paid. And on top of that, let's say they write a recipe book, recipe book. Bear with me here. And then they basically have it on Amazon as a digital download. Let's call it DGD. Oh, I'm making stuff up. Digital download, and then they have it as a print on demand one. So now that's one income stream. Well, it's two income streams from one material, from one recipe book. Plus, they're getting money from their YouTube. Let's say also, I'll say recipe book from YouTube, but then they also end up having, what's that thing? Recognition. They get recognition from their peers. So therefore, they've increased their self-worth. They're no longer, oh, I shouldn't have erased that, but I erased it. So let's go back. They're no longer, let's say, the Food Network. They're no longer just receiving stuff. They're no longer consumers. Now this person has become a producer. Now, because this person has become a producer, his whole life changed, his whole mindset changed. Now he's the go-to person. People go to him or to her instead of him consuming so much. And this is what I've noticed. Like, when I was thinking about this in bed, and I'm like, dag, the whole gig economy has changed. YouTube has changed, and how um, the big networks, the big networks were feeding us. And also what happened was, it was, so this is what happened. I'm not against television. I'm not against cable because I still watch entertainment and stuff like that. But what I've noticed is the big networks sometimes give us limited human potential. They basically tap us out from whatever they could conjure up. But whereas on YouTube, when we broadcast ourselves, we share what we know with the world. You know, I think that sounds good. We share what we know with the world. That sounds good. I think that's what YouTube should be. We share what we know with the world. So basically, um, so basically, that's what I was thinking about when I woke up this morning. I'm like, dang, a lot has changed. A lot has changed. Like, I'm 40. I'm 41 right now, and basically, a lot has changed when I was growing up to what you guys have right now at your disposal. And YouTube has changed that. The broadcasting of yourself. We share what we know with the world. I really like this saying. Well, you heard it here first. We share what we know with the world. So, anyways, the point is to tap into your human potential. When I was growing up, my guardian told me something. I didn't like it when he told it to me because I was a kid and I loved to watch television. TV was my thing. I grew up. They called it the boob tube back then. The boob tube. That's what they call it because basically we were raised and babysat by television. So he boob tube. So one day he gave me a book and it was a book on Frank Sinatra. It was a big book. I never read it in spite because I didn't like what he did because he said you shouldn't watch television. But what he said was, this is one of the key things he said to me, and I remember it to this day. I hated the lesson he taught me. I hated the fact that he took the television away from me, and basically he gave me a book that I never read. But what he said was this. He said these people on TV, they're making their money. They're already living their lives, and all you're doing is watching them, and you're not living yours. Something along those lines, he said. And I still remember him saying something like that. Like, they're living their lives. You should live yours. And he gave me a book. Now, I'm like, isn't it the same thing? It's just a different form of media. But what he wanted me to do was this. That's all he wanted me to do, to educate myself. That's what I took it as. The way he did it was not, I mean, I didn't like the way he came across, but what he was really saying was to educate yourself. And like Jim Rohn said before, bear with me here. What he said, one of the best quote he says was this. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna write it. Oh, I forgot it. Oh my God. Um, hold on a second. I gotta pause it. I gotta pause it. Okay, so I totally fumbled this one. Yeah, I paused it and I went to my next room because I thought I had it written on a wall, but I don't. But I don't remember the exact quote. You could look for it. Basically, he said this. A fortune. Don't yeah, I don't have the best penmanship. I know school teachers are probably screeching because I use capital and lowercase here and there. But this is a precursor to something else. Is that you Google this. That's your homework for today. Google the exact quote and you'll see what I mean. Just type in Jim Rohn. Just type in Jim Rohn quotes. He's someone to get into. You could watch his YouTube on motivational stuff too. But anyways, this is just me being live and stuff like that. So what has well, I'm not even gonna edit this. I'm gonna upload it. Tap into your human potential, basically. So when I was laying down and thinking all these things, and I'm thinking about how everything has changed, and that you put a smiley face should become a producer. And what did I say? Oh my God, I forgot about share it with the world. It's on the tape. You could just review it and maybe quote it. Share with the world what you know. So I'm taking this chance doing this video and I'm going to upload it. And I'm going to upload my other YouTube videos that I've done on my sold videos. That's what they're basically on. Things I've sold on eBay. So that's what they're going to be on. But for this is just something I woke up thinking, and I thank God. And I remember someone said that whole thing about a short pencil is better than a long term memory than a long memory, because you try to remember something and keep it in your head, but once you write it down, once you put it down on paper or record it, it's way better because you don't have to search through your mind, and you're probably gonna forget it once it you're gonna forget it, it's gonna go away. But once it's written down, it's written down. Once it's recorded, it's recorded. So that was my thought this morning. I woke up. I'm looking over here, looking. The camera thing is right here. Anyway, so I woke up, and that's what was on my mind. And yeah, I think things like that sometimes. But I was really praying to God because of something I was going through, and I woke up. He woke me up, I should say, and this was on my mind, thinking about the gig economy, how everything has changed, how people could just say, "Look, I've made enough this week," and stuff like that, or "I made enough this month," and a lot of people are doing that. People who actually have that liberty, which I want to get to, basically, is the financial freedom, financial to be financially independent, as they call it. They have so many different names for it. But these things is what I strive towards, so that I could have a better life. And I know it's kind of corny, some would say, but it gives you the potential. It takes away, like I put down here, you tap into your human potential. So basically, that's all I really wanted to share with you today. I hope you find this entertaining. If you have, you could like and subscribe, leave a comment. What do you think about this material? Do you want me to do things like this? I'm not like a person who put myself out there like that per se, but I just hope and pray this has been educational to you, really. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, leave a comment. The thing is, just do the best you can. And when I was thinking that about the main networks, how basically they were feeding us certain things, certain programs, basically they program us. It sound like corny. It sounds like brainwashing, but I don't want to get into that whole conspiracy thing. This is not what this is about. This is about tapping into your human potential and sharing it with the world. Um, yeah, so basically, I hope and pray this has helped you and done something for your thinking, give you some mental food for the day in your endeavors. Again, this is Sam, Third Shift Millionaire. Continue to hustle smart, continue to hustle strong. Peace.